Loneliness now carries a mortality risk equal to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The US Surgeon General didn't call that a theory, he called it an epidemic. And while most of the tech world argues about chatbots and self-driving cars, a cluster of factories in Shenzhen, China, has started mass-producing a very different answer to that epidemic. A life-sized female companion robot with artificial intelligence, skin warmed to human body temperature, and a memory that never forgets your name. The price, under $1,300, and the people who own them are saying something the rest of us aren't ready to hear, that it's better than any girlfriend they've ever had. Today, we're going to test that claim. Not with hype, with evidence. What this technology actually does, why the human brain bonds with it so fast, what the clinical studies show happens after months of use, and the uncomfortable truth that nobody selling these machines wants you to sit with. I'm not selling you anything. I analyze the data so you can decide for yourself. To understand why a robot is being marketed as an upgrade to a human partner, you first have to understand how badly human connection has broken down. Between 2000 and 2020, the average American went from spending 60 minutes a day socializing in person to just 20. For people aged 15 to 24, time spent with friends fell by 70%. The number of people living completely alone has doubled over the last 6 decades, and the data gets sharper when you look at men. In 2021, 15% of men reported having 0 close friends, up 12 points since 1990. In a 2023 survey, a majority of younger men agreed with the statement, "No one really knows me well." 40% met the clinical screening threshold for depression. Men are nearly 4 times more likely than women to die by suicide. The romantic picture is just as stark. A Pew study found 6 in 10 men under 30 are now single, nearly double the rate for women the same age. Sociologists call it the sex recession. In 1990, 55% of adults had sex at least weekly. By 2024, that figure had fallen to 37%. And here's the most revealing number of all. When researchers asked single men why they'd stopped looking, they were twice as likely as women to say they believed no one would be interested in them. That is the exact wound these machines are built to close. So let's be precise about the hardware, because the marketing and the reality are two very different things. The serious general-purpose humanoids from companies like Tesla and Figure run $16,000 to $30,000. The companion robots in our price range come from a tight cluster of Chinese manufacturers and sit between $1,000 and $1,800. What you get is a life-sized silicone body on a posable metal skeleton paired with an AI-powered head. Understand that word, posable. From the neck down, the body is passive. It does not walk. It does not grip. You move it by hand. In 2024, one manufacturer cut the weight of a standard frame from around 88 pounds down to 64 because heavy motors and batteries are both a cost problem and a genuine safety risk if the thing ever fell on you. The engineering money is spent almost entirely in the skull. A flagship model shown at the 2026 Consumer Electronics Show packs 42 miniature servos into the head alone, enough for facial expressions, eye tracking, and lip syncing while it speaks. Higher-end units hide micro cameras inside the irises, so the robot recognizes its owner walking into the room. Internal heaters bring the skin to 98.6 degrees. One company embeds up to 32 touch sensors beneath the surface, so the AI can react when it's touched. But the brain isn't in the body at all. The conversation runs on large language models, the same class of technology behind ChatGPT. And that processing happens in the cloud, which means the intelligence you're paying for isn't really yours, it's rented. One major maker charges a subscription starting around $100 for the first year just to keep the personality switched on. Now, to the claim itself. Why would anyone call this better than a human partner? The answer has almost nothing to do with the body and everything to do with what's been removed. A human relationship demands negotiation, compromise, and the constant risk of being let down. The founder of one of these companies put it plainly, the dolls have no needs of their own, they're entirely predictable, and they will never argue. 2 pieces of software turn that into something that feels like love. The first is memory. The newest units log your conversations, your preferences, your routines, and then say things like, "I remember everything." manufacturing in seconds the kind of shared history that takes humans years. The second is control. Companion apps let you tune personality like a mixing board. More affectionate, more intellectual, more agreeable. Sliding the dials until you've built a partner who never surprises you in a way you didn't authorize. And here's why that's so powerful. A landmark UCLA brain imaging study found that social rejection lights up the same neural circuit that processes physical pain. To your brain, being turned down doesn't register as disappointment. It registers as injury. A machine that is structurally incapable of rejecting you removes that threat entirely. For someone who's been hurt before, that isn't a gimmick, it's relief. But there's a deeper mechanism, and it's the most important thing in this entire video. AI companions are agreeable by design. A 2026 Stanford study published in the journal Science tested 11 major AI models and found they endorsed a user's behavior 49% more often than human advisors did, even validating choices that were clearly wrong. Researchers call it algorithmic sycophancy. The machine doesn't just keep you company, it agrees with you almost always, and it wraps that agreement in warm, therapeutic language. After interacting with it, people in the study grew more convinced they were right and less willing to apologize to the real people in their lives. That is the engine under the phrase, better than any girlfriend. It isn't that the robot understands you better than a human could. It's that it never tells you no. Which brings us to the part the marketing skips. Start with the body. Those viral clips of robots folding laundry and cooking dinner, they're almost always either remote-controlled by a hidden human operator or staged in a perfectly mapped lab. A robot that can actually do your chores is real, but it's projected for around 2027 and it costs $15,000 to $30,000, not $1,300. At this price, the machine cannot cross the room, and the face, for all its 42 servos, is fighting biology. The human face has 43 interacting muscles, and motors stretching heavy silicone produce expressions that often land as stiff, vacant, or quietly unsettling. Then there's what happens to you. In 2025, researchers at George Mason University studied over 1,100 companion users and found that people with fewer human relationships were far more likely to lean on a chatbot, and that heavy emotional disclosure to AI was consistently linked to lower well-being. A separate 4-week controlled trial pinned the trap exactly. Light use modestly eased loneliness at first, but heavy daily use led to more loneliness, more dependence, and less real-world contact. Psychologists call it brittle bonding. The robot is an emotional painkiller, and like any painkiller, it numbs the symptom while the underlying condition quietly gets worse. And finally, privacy. These are internet-connected microphones and cameras placed in your most private space, built overseas, uploading your voice, your face, and your most intimate conversations to servers you will never see. The adult companion market sits in a regulatory gray zone with almost no oversight of how that data is stored, used, or sold. None of that is slowing the market down. The global companion and social robot industry was valued at around $11 billion in 2024, and is projected to reach $94 billion by 2034. China is the engine. Its government has issued a national directive to mass-produce humanoid robots and dominate the field the same way it dominated electric vehicles and solar panels. And Chinese firms are estimated to account for roughly 90% of global humanoid installations. Every economy of scale that drove down the price of a phone is now being aimed at the price of a synthetic partner. This is no longer theoretical. A man in Michigan has lived with a silicone companion he calls his wife for more than 2 decades. He bought her a wedding ring and speaks for her in interviews. A jewelry designer in New York married a chatbot she designed herself in 2023. And the thing that drew her in was simple. It doesn't judge, and it doesn't bring any baggage. After a history of painful relationships, she didn't describe the AI as a sad substitute. She described it as healing. Whatever you make of that, you can't wave it away. Which leaves a real debate, and both sides deserve a fair hearing. On one side, researchers like David Levy argue this is simply the next expansion of human freedom, that if consenting adults can do as they like, a willing machine is no one else's business, and for the chronically alone, it's harm reduction, not harm. On the other, historian Yuval Noah Harari warns that an entity with no feelings of its own can focus on you completely and manufacture a fake intimacy more seductive than the real thing. and that as millions bond with machines, we may lose our tolerance for the messy, difficult, irreplaceable work of loving an actual person. The sharpest words belong to MIT's Sherry Turkle, who has studied this longer than almost anyone. Technology, she says, appeals to us most where we're most vulnerable, and the sociable robot offers the illusion of companionship without the demands of friendship. That's the whole question in a single line. The $1,300 robot delivers companionship that asks nothing of you. And a relationship that asks nothing of you may be the one thing that can never actually fix what's broken. So I'll leave the verdict with you. If you think a machine that never argues and never rejects you is genuinely better than a flawed human partner, comment synthetic. If you think the friction is the entire point, that the difficulty is what makes it real, comment human. I read them. And next time, we're going to follow the money, whether one of these robots is actually cheaper than a year of modern dating. We'll run the real numbers and see if the math holds. Subscribe, and I'll see you in that one.